I'm Clay Newman. This is the Zoo Review.
Today we're going to be talking about an adorably manic little creature, the American Goldfinch. Now, full disclosure, I'm not always 100% sure between my iPhone 6 and my stony little eyes whether I'm filming an American Goldfinch or a lesser Goldfinch. By the way, what a fucking bummer of a name is that, and also very typical of America. Two categories, American and lesser. The American Goldfinch is significantly brighter than the lesser Goldfinch, and the lesser Goldfinch has a lot less distinct markings on its back. Now, the American Goldfinch is about half an inch bigger, but that's no reason to call the other one lesser, you mean old big dick scientist. Either way, they are tiny birds, only about 4 to 5 inches long, and they weigh less than an ounce. They're yellow with a black hat and coat, like somebody with jaundice attending an opera, and they've got white stripes along those wings. The difference is so extreme that when the males finally do show up with that summer coat on, people just assume these birds appeared out of nowhere. I am going to take away a point because the newborns are gross, it happens, but they are also too weak to feed themselves, which means the adults have to baby bird it. Vomiting does not get you adorable points. I am going to give those points right back to them because if you believe in spirit animals, the American Goldfinch represents the importance of joy and happiness in your life. That's pretty cool for you hippie ladies. In this category, they're pretty cute. They got a score of 17. While the American Goldfinch does occasionally join along with flocks of other bird species that are their size, they do constantly get punked by larger birds, which are most birds. I've never seen one of them, my little bird feeders, most likely because the house sparrows won't let them use it, but possibly because the American Goldfinch may be too proud to use my bird feeders that look like they belong outside of Buffalo Bob's house in Silence of the Lambs. Some songbirds group up to chase off predators. Not the American Goldfinch. You want to eat some American Goldfinch babies? Get in there, buddy. They're just going to fly away and make some more. No sweat off their beak. Cats, snakes, weasels, even those precious murderous little blue jays will take out an American Goldfinch every once in a while. They are the state animals of New Jersey, Iowa, and Washington. It's not necessarily badass, but I wasn't sure where else to put that information. In this category, it's not good. They got a score of 3. These little guys have a couple tricks up their sleeves as far as intelligence goes. The ones in the northern part of the country migrate, which is smart. The ones in the southern part of the country don't, because they picked a part of the country that doesn't have horrible weather, which is even smarter. They forage in flocks. That way they've got a better chance of spotting a predator. Plus, when it comes to mating, they've got some pretty clever moves. The female will make a nest that is solid, made out of thistles, spider webs, plant fibers, and it is so well built that they're often watertight. While the female is watching over the eggs, the male is getting food for both himself and his lover, and when those eggs hatch, the female basically says, you got this, and he just keeps on feeding the rest of the family. The newborns can fly about 2 weeks after hatching, but they usually stick around the nest for a month after that. Fuck it, Papa Bird's getting food, may as well live at home for a little bit. They've only got 6 different types of calls, which is not a wide array of communication. The most common one, I'm told, sounds like they're saying potato chip. If you're hungry enough, it kind of does, sorta. In this category, nothing special. But again, they've got a couple clever traits. I'm going to give them 9 points. These are acrobatic little birds. When it comes to flying, they dip and rise, able to turn on a dime. When it comes to foraging, they're small and nimble, like an even tinier gymnast. They almost exclusively eat seeds, which you could tell by the fact that almost all of these shots are on sunflowers, but they have many different ways of getting to those seeds. They can work through thistles and brush at pretty much any angle. Its tiny cone-shaped beak is perfect for cracking shells. Its short tail helps it balance, and since it mostly does eat seeds, it breeds a lot later in the summer than other birds because that's when seeds come around. These special skills make it a backyard favorite, so I'm going to give it a few extra points. In this category, I'm giving it 13. Will they make it? The American Goldfinch is officially listed as least concerned. They are incredibly popular across the entirety of the United States in plains, fields, and of course suburbs. They actually do better in weedy and secondary growth habitats than they do out in the forest. So, this is one of the few animals that benefits from America crashing its way through nature like the drunken toddler that we are. In this category, they are one of the few animals that are both adorable and have a chance of surviving us. I'm going to give them 18 points. Well, the scores are in, the results are tallied, and American Goldfinch, you managed to crack the top 10. You've got a score of 60 points, which is tied for 9th place with the California Scrub Jay. That's a little bit awkward. Nobody's trying to share a podium with somebody that eats their babies, but plus side, you did edge out the house sparrow. That's right, revenge for all those bird feeder shenanigans. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. My name's Clay Newman, and I hope you enjoyed the Zoo Review.